a look at coaching in performance. Coaching is a collaborative, ongoing process in which managers interact with their direct reports and take an active interest in their performance. In general, coaching involves directing, motivating, and rewarding employee behavior. Coaching is an ongoing function that involves observing performance, complimenting good work, and helping to correct performance when it does not meet expectations. Coaching is also concerned with long term performance and involves ensuring that the development plan is achieved. Being a coach is similar to serving as a consultant, and for coaching to be successful, a coach must establish a helping relationship. Establishing a trusting relationship is particularly important when the supervisor and direct report do not share similar cultural backgrounds, as is often the case in global performance management systems. In these situations, a helping and trusting relationship allows for what is labeled cultural transcurrence in performance management. This means that cultural differences are discussed openly and alternative practices which enhance individual and team performance are implemented. Taken together, the evidence regarding coaching effectiveness is quite convincing. A review of 17 empirical studies found that employees who received coaching do their jobs better and improved measured performance. These effects were larger when coaching was done by an internal organizational coach as compared to an external coach. Although many theories on coaching exist, there are four guiding principles that provide a good framework for understanding successful coaching. A good coaching relationship is essential. For coaching to work, it's imperative that the relationship between the coach and the employee be trusting and collaborative. The employee is the source and the director of change. The coach must understand that the employee is the source of change and self growth. After all, the purpose of coaching is to change employee behavior and set a direction for what the employee will do better in the future. The employee is whole and unique. A coach must understand that the employee is a unique individual with several job related and job unrelated identities and a unique personal history. The coach must try to create a whole and rich picture of the employee so that employees bring their whole selves to work and are fully engaged. The coach is a facilitator of an employee's growth. The coach is the main role in facilitation. A coach must direct the process and help the content, but not take control of these issues. Coaching requires a lot of effort from managers, but when it's done right, managers become performance leaders and an organization can create a coaching culture. A manager's personality and behavioral preferences influence his or her coaching style. There are four main coaching styles: driver, persuader, amenable, and analyzer. First, coaches can adopt a driving style in which they tell employees being coached what to do. Such coaches are assertive, usually talk about tasks and facts, and expose only a narrow range of personal feelings to others. Second, coaches can use a persuading style in which they try to sell what they want the employee to do. Someone who is a persuader would try to explain to the employee why it's beneficial to the organization as well as to the employee himself. Third, other coaches may adopt an amenable style and want everybody to be happy. Such coaches are likely to be more subjective and tend not to be very assertive. Finally, coaches may have a preference for analyzing performance in a logical and systematic way and then follow rules and procedures when providing a recommendation. Performance management leadership involves a combination of these roles, sometimes providing direction, sometimes persuading employees how they should do things a certain way, sometimes showing empathy and creating positive efforts, and sometimes paying close attention to established rules and procedures. An exclusive emphasis on one of these four styles is not likely to help employees develop and grow. The coaching process consists of four distinct stages. The first step involves setting developmental goals. These goals must be attainable and derived from careful analysis of the areas in which an employee needs to improve. They should also take into account both short and long term career objectives. The second step in the coaching process is to identify developmental activities and needed resources that will help the employee achieve developmental goals. A third step involves implementing the activities that will allow the employee to achieve the developmental goals. The fourth step in the process is to collect, evaluate, and document data to assess the extent to which the developmental goals have been achieved. For example, did the employee complete the developmental activity within the agreed upon timeframe? Finally, the coach provides feedback to the employee. Based on the extent to which each of the goals have been achieved, they're then revised and the process begins again. Performance management leaders often feel uncomfortable in this role because managing performance requires that they judge and coach at the same time. In other words, supervisors serve as judges by evaluating performance and allocating rewards. Supervisors serve as coaches by helping employees solve performance problems, identify weaknesses, and design developmental plans. Supervisors may feel uncomfortable when they need to convey bad news and feel employees may react negatively. Because performance management leaders play these paradoxical roles, it's usually helpful to separate the types of meetings related to performance. Separating the meetings also separates the discussion of rewards from the discussion of future career development. This allows employees to give their full attention to the issue one at a time. Performance management systems can involve as many as 6 formal meetings. Each of these sessions should be seen as a work meeting with specific goals, including the following. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss how performance management systems work and who is responsible for each part of the process. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the self appraisal prepared by the employee. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss employee performance, including the perspectives of both the supervisor and the employee. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss what, if any, compensation changes will result from the employee's performance during the period. The purpose of the developmental meeting is to discuss the employee's developmental needs and what steps will be taken so that performance will be improved during the following period. The purpose of an objective setting meeting is to set performance goals, both behavioral and result oriented, regarding the following review period. Although the 6 types of meetings are possible, not all 6 take place at separate meetings. Performance review discussions serve many important purposes. First, these discussions allow employees to improve their performance by identifying performance problems and solutions for overcoming them. Second, they help build a good relationship between the supervisor and the employee. The supervisor shows that she cares about the employee's ongoing development and is willing to invest resources to help employees improve. Third, good performance management leaders use review discussions as stay interviews. Stay interviews investigate why employees stay in the organization and help managers enhance employee engagement and retain top performers.